CRDO is experiencing significant post-earnings volatility despite reporting a double beat on Q3 estimates and raising overall guidance. Traders are perplexed by the stock's overall 14.39% weakness in this session of Tuesday, the 3rd of March 2026, despite strong beats on revenue and earnings per share, sparking debate over market logic. Investors perceive its Q4 sales forecast as a slowdown. This has sparked a debate, with many viewing the dip as an overreaction and a compelling buying opportunity within the AI infrastructure sector. Discussions center on the company's future growth through AI infrastructure, including ZeroFlap optics and OmniConnect solutions, with Q4 guidance signaling continued momentum. ZeroFlap optics ramp was pulled forward to Q1 FY2027, underpinning a faster optical product mix shift. AEC copper connectivity remains the core growth engine, winning intra-rack and rack-to-rack AI link deployments. Customer concentration remains high, with top three hyperscalers contributing 39%, 32%, and 17% of revenue. Management expressed confidence in supply chain, locking wafer, packaging, and laser capacity across advanced nodes. Main concern remains extreme hyperscaler concentration and uncertainty over long-term copper versus optical share trends. Okay, that's what's going on. You can read more in the description box below. Let's see what's going on the chart. The loss is now 14% roughly. So the stock is has been showing a lot of weakness within, rather, it's been showing this weakness since the 11th of February. Is that the case? 11th of February? Yes, since the 11th of February, that's when this weakness has begun. That's where it began. So you could say it's contracting the expansion that ended on the 9th of ended on the 10th of February. So even with all of this weakness it has been showing since the 11th of February, the stock is actually consolidating within a longer term bullish trend. Its 200-day moving average, this one here is, which underscores its underlying trend, is sloping bullishly upwards. So lower prices are expected to remain in place up till the 13th of April. Okay, at various times, rather maybe from Friday the 6th, it may consolidate further, rather briefly, may consolidate briefly up to the 12th of March. But overall, from now till the 14th of April, what we should expect is the downtrend to remain in place. This downtrend had begun as of the 11th of February. Is expected to remain in place up till then. But we also have to point out that there's a downward projection here. I wouldn't say it is. I wouldn't say it's a pivotal projection, but we have. It's not like this one. It's not as red as this one. But we have seen a pattern where the algos we are using on Trading View, when they project deep red. When this is not a deep red down projection, but yes, when it projects downward projections, it just goes ahead to print. It just goes ahead to print. We can see here, we have seen one here. I have to point out that this is not the same sort of projection, but even at that, I'm still pointing it out. We can see here when the stock was at when the stock was at when it was at 127.82 as of the 26th of January. The algos were pointing out that it was going to plunge, and it has plunged. It has plunged. It's trading below that now. So we have it now down at 27.84. It looks like a that will be a stretch. 27.84 is a huge stretch. But in any case, it's part of its projections and nothing to the upside. We have 27.75, 44.41, 71.39. The algos have continued to insist on it as of it was initiated on the 19th of February. It's still insisting on it. You know, yeah. But in any case, we still have to point out that there is actually this projection of 159.07. It stopped reiterating it yesterday, the 2nd of March. So in the midst of all of this, we have that momentum is expected to continue to weaken up till Friday the 6th, and maybe from Friday the 6th of March, from Monday the 9th, it might pick up. Okay. Aligning with the bounce we have here, but it's just a brief bounce. But the algos are saying that it might maintain it up till it might maintain the momentum up till Friday, the 20th of March. However, the extrapolation is saying that the stock would even continue to decline from Friday, the 13th of March, not aligning as much, not really aligning as such. The momentum is just saying that momentum is expected to remain strong going all the way towards the 20th of March. However, the extrapolation is saying that weakness will resume from the 13th of March. We don't really have that much of an alignment there. But another thing we also have to look at is how the moving averages are aligning. So remember, I pointed out that the stock is actually consolidating, even though it's been showing some weakness since the 11th, but it's still consolidating. Okay, hasn't really started correcting. Maybe from the 13th of March, the correction may kick in. But let's see whether we can have a look at the other moving averages to see how they're all aligned. I expect them to diverge. But let's see. Okay, let's see what we have. The 10 and 21-day moving averages. Let's see whether they are singing from the same. Not really. No, they're not chiming. They're not really aligning. Not sufficiently. Yeah, they're not really aligning, especially in the very very short term between now and the 17th of March. They are not. They are diverging. Not this. They are diverging completely. Okay, we can try the 21 and the we can try the 40 and the 200-day moving averages. I think we'll also see some divergence as well. But the fact that we have seen the 10 and 21-day moving averages pointing in different directions means that maybe this extrapolation we're looking at right now may not be what may happen. There's a chance it may not be what may happen, but the algos are projecting, further declines anyway. So let's see what we have on the 40 and 200-day moving average. The 200 moving average is underscores its underlying trend. Okay, so that moving average is still it's actually not trending. So it's actually not but just bullish, not trending at all. It's maintaining the trend, maintaining trend. It's on trend maintenance, and it's saying that it will begin to decline. It will begin to decline anytime soon, and that's also the case with the 40-day moving average. So we have a divergence. We have a divergence. So that the extrapolation I read out earlier on of that the downtrend remaining in place up till the 13th of April, it may not be what may happen. Something else may happen completely. Okay, let's see what we have on its weekly chart. If it does actually have any extrapolation. Okay, it doesn't have any extrapolation. It doesn't have enough data. The 200-week moving average is forming already, so it's a bullish one. So here on the weekly chart, the stock is equally consolidating as well because it's consolidating. We have the moving averages in they're not in the right they're not in the desired order. Okay, you can see here the 10-day moving average is declining. Above it is the 21-week moving average, but we now have the 40-week moving average just in between the 10 and 21 week. That's not exactly the best order, So it's consolidating. It's on this weekly chart. That's what we can say. That's what's going on right now. So a lot is going on right now. It doesn't have the right. It doesn't have. It's not. It hasn't found any direction yet. He hasn't found any direction yet. So this may well be what may happen, or it may not be. But the chance of it of this playing out is not very high. Let's see now. Probability of it retesting 114 is yeah, statistically very high, higher than 50%. I'm considering the strip here. The strip holds the moving averages. So you have the 10, 21, 40, 200. So I'm considering the first moving average, which is the 10-day moving average. So the target is 114.48. The first move that first moving average is at 122.4, indicating that the probability of it retesting that is statistically higher than 50%. But also, I didn't consider this other values here. Yeah, 114 equally higher than 50. 117 higher than 117. So probability is still higher than 50%. Yes, 128 is equally higher than 50%, but there are other values all the way this way. Okay, so in the very short term, statistically, it's higher than 50% that it would reprint. It would retest 114. 123 slightly higher than 50% based on just the closing price as of the 25th of February. Okay, so the stock is trending down 15.24%. Is that what we have? 15.14%. 50-day average is usually around 6.4 million shares, and 11 million shares have crossed the tape. Quite effective float is quite a low one. Yeah, quite a low one. So let's see how all of this will pan out. Okay, let's see whether it's the reverse will be the case, whether it's going to pivot and attempt to test previous highs. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video.